Hello everyone, 17th and final episode of my Modular Diagon Alley MOC project. And here it is, the 4 buildings completely brick built, ready to be displayed. Just missing the minifigures, but more on that in a bit. So from your point of view, this looks basically the same as the original 2020 LEGO set from the Diagon Alley. But let's change your point of view. Completely different view, right? So here is where most of my work was. Designing the back of the buildings and this back alley view that you see here, including this new building, Borgin and Burke, inside the Nocturne Alley. Also, I redesigned a lot the interior of the buildings, at least most of them. You will be able to see it in a bit when I put minifigures inside these buildings and on the outside to enrich the scenes that we can make with this model. So let's take care of that. The original set had 15 minifigures. Ollivanders, Hagrid and Harry, as they were when Hagrid first took Harry to the Diagon Alley. Hermione, Harry and Ron on the scene where Harry first used the Floo powder and ended up on the fireplace of Borgin and Burke. The photographer from the Daily Prophet that takes the picture of Gilderoy Lockhart and Harry. Florian Fortescue, Ginny and Mrs. Weasley going to the autograph session from Gilderoy Lockhart, that is here, Gilderoy Lockhart himself. The Malfoys, Lucius and Draco, and the Weasley twins as they are in front of their store after finishing their time at Hogwarts. These were the 15 minifigures that were included in the set. As I had a second set, I decided to take all these minifigure parts and try to come up with new characters using the parts of that second Diagon Alley LEGO set. And I ended up assembling 12 new minifigures with those minifigure parts. And I start with an homage to my daughters that are both big Harry Potter fans. One is a Hufflepuff and the other is a Slytherin. Well, they are not very similar because the parts were limited. They are not red-headed, but the hair size is near and the glasses also. I built an owner for Scribulus and I built an owner for Quality Quidditch Supplies. I created here 2 shady characters, and talking about shady characters, I did my best to create Rita Skeeter. I also created an owner for Flourish and Blotts and an owner for Borgin and Burke. And 3 random characters, a mother and 2 children, 2 Hogwarts students, 1 Gryffindor and 1 Ravenclaw. I ended up with 27 minifigures that I can use to build my Diagon Alley scene. Of course, some of these pieces are pretty iconic, so it's a bit weird when I use them for other characters, and that's why I wasted a few. With different minifigure parts, I would be able to do a much better job of creating new characters. I did the best I could within the scope of using the 2 Diagon Alleys. I didn't want to use different parts. So we start our travel to the Diagon Alley with Hagrid that is carrying an animal, as usually. Fortunately, this time is a less exotic animal, it's just an owl. And inside Ollivanders, Harry is buying his first wand, and Ollivanders is taking one from above the stairs. We all know how that ended up in the movie. Inside Scribulus, Hermione and Ron are looking at the parchments, and the owner of the store is waiting for them to buy something. And then there's a kid looking at the latest Nimbus 2000 in the Quality Quidditch supply store, and the owner is waiting for him to come in to try to sell it to him. Above the Quality Quidditch supplies, Rita Skeeter is just arriving to the Daily Prophet, thinking about which person she will burn in her next article. My daughters are in front of Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor. They love ice cream. And inside, Florian is already doing some ice cream for them. It's crowded in the Florian Blotz. It's Gilderoy Lockhart giving his autograph session. And you can see that he just saw Harry in the crowd and pulled him in right at the time that the Daily Prophet photographer was taking a picture. You have the owner of Florian Blotz very happy because he has a lot of people in the store, including Ginny, Mrs. Weasley, and another lady. In the Weasley store, there's a kid buying something. This is the most cool Diagon Alley store for all the kids. And the Malfoys are in Borgin and Burke. Lucius Malfoy is selling something, and Draco is disobeying his father by touching stuff after his father told him not to. Maybe Harry is inside that sarcophagus right now. The MOC has 11,233 parts, including minifigures, of which 9,202 came from the 2 Diagon Alley LEGO sets that I had, and I had to buy additionally 2,031 parts from LEGO directly through Brick and in Bricklink. If you have questions about the MOC, about the process, just drop them in the comments. I will try to answer them all. Or you can also check this playlist right here with all the episodes from this project, where I explain all the steps that I was going through, where I was developing it, including you have videos with the details of each of these 4 buildings. See you in the next video. Stay safe and keep building.